Are you considering running for president yourself?
We've now got one major political party, my party, which has really become a cult of personality.
But Congresswoman, you didn't answer me yes or no.
It takes
yeah,
to
I know
keep
that
Donald Trump. I will be doing whatever it takes to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office.
Well, I know you didn't say yes or no, and that's fine if you're thinking about it. But are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about running for president?
That's a decision that I'm going to make in the coming months, Savannah. I'm not going to make any announcements here this morning, but it is something that I'm thinking about.
It shocks me now that I've had a day to think about that too. Wyoming, such a beautiful state,
yeah.
Huge state geographically, but one of the most sparsely populated states in the country. And they only have one representative in Congress, and their lone representative is obsessed with Donald Trump and nothing else, could care less about the people of Wyoming, and the people have spoken. She was once the third most prominent Republican in the House. Now, her political future uncertain, although it sounds pretty clear that she has eyes on the White House in 2024. That was Liz Cheney on the Today Show yesterday.
Yeah, for more on this, let's welcome in the president of Citizens United in 2016, deputy campaign manager for President Trump, David Bossie. David, great to see you. Okay, so you saw that soundbite from the Today Show. Is she going to run, you think? And if she does, what party will she run for?
Those are great questions. Let me just say, she raised over $15 million telling Americans, people in Wyoming and across the country, help me win my race for Congress. She raised $15 million and only spent about $7 or $7.5 million. She was raising money to run for president. That is clear. She was doing this from the beginning. Her disingenuous answer to the Today Show yesterday morning is just part of it. She is her own cult of personality. That's what she wants people to do, rally around her and her cult of personality, as opposed to the leadership of someone else, possibly Donald Trump, when, if he decides to run for president next year. So there's a lot of unanswered questions, but one thing that's been answered is Wyoming soundly rejected Liz Cheney with giving her only 28% of the vote, and most of that was Democrats crossing the party line to vote for her in the primary.
Yeah.
So what party she will run from, I have no idea. Could she run from a third party to ruin whoever the Republican nominee's chance is to beat the disgrace of Joe Biden?
And that's happened before. Ross Perot, a lot of people on the Bush side of things blame Ross Perot for 1992. Perot got 20% of the vote. I think it was just over 19%, if you want to be precise. But a lot of that sort of took votes from George H.W. Bush Sr. at that time. Maybe he wins and beats Bill Clinton, because Bill Clinton, it's not like that was a blowout.
Right,
so
exactly.
The thing with Liz Cheney here, if she does run, Democrats are just using her, a Republican, for their own political purposes. So it's not like if she runs in 24, Democrats are going to vote for her. They're using her. Republicans don't like her. What is she thinking? We saw this with John McCain. Remember the Straight Talk Express? Back in 2000, he thought he was mavericky. In 2008, all of a sudden, he was going to cross the aisle, run with Joe Lieberman, and Democrats were going to love him. No Democrats voted for John McCain. History is repeating itself all over again with Liz Cheney.
You're exactly right. Liz Cheney has nowhere to go. She was soundly rejected from her own base of support in Wyoming, and she's going to find that even less support in New Hampshire and in Iowa and in South Carolina, where they care about winning the Republican nomination and for the presidency. They want to win back the White House from the disaster that is the Biden administration. And so we're going to figure out who's going to be the nominee. But I can guarantee you one thing, it won't be Liz Cheney.
All right. David Bossie, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate the expertise. Always great having you on. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.